Okay, so we're live. All right, why don't we start then? So why don't we just go through, give a round of updates, say if we have any blockers, things like that, and then we'll see if we have anything to talk about after the update. So, Megha, do you want to go first?
Yeah, as I mentioned in the comment in the task that I thought it would be better to implement tabs where for every admin he can just see tabs on the top where the homepage, as soon as he lands, he'll see all his open tasks, and then he'll see tabs above for his, for to see his agency's task, see the agency's closed tasks, and such. So I'm trying to implement those tabs and the JS.
Okay. Yeah, I like that tab idea. That's going to be nice. We're going to probably be looking at using that in other views as well to clean things up.
Yes, I think once the changes go in this view, we can try and see if we want to maintain uniformity and change it in other views as well.
Yeah, yeah. One thing I didn't understand is the way it's currently implemented on the home page. If I change a task state in one of the two tables, the other table's not updated. I thought all of the tables are updated on a task state change. You know what I mean?
Yes, all of the tables should be updated.
Yeah,
So
but
now
then.
what happens is if you're implementing the tabs, each of the tabs will only do a AJAX request when we click on that tab.
Yeah.
So if
Right.
you're looking at tab 2 and make a change for a task in tab 2, so the tab 2 will anyway be refreshed, and once we click the tab 3, the tab 3 will again send a request and get the request response back, so the tab 3 will also get the updated data.
Yeah. So that'll clean that problem up. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that. That's great. Okay. No blockers in, Megan?
No blockers.
Okay, great. Sanjay, you want to go ahead?
Yes. So Patrick, I'm looking into the not accepted that the number is 374.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so basically I'll need Tongway's changes for that because I'll have to create some new view files like the application controller or something. I mean application controller and similar views for it.
Mm-hmm.
So according to me, Tongway should have done that because
Yeah.
even she will not need those changes.
Mm-hmm. But
Yeah,
you're not seeing it.
so
Okay. But you're not seeing her changes coming through.
no, yeah, now I see there's some problem. There are some unmerged changes on my side in the origin development branch. So,
So when you did a
yeah,
git pull upstream development, you got some conflicts there?
exactly.
Oh, so you have to fix those, and then you should see it.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Probably I should actually stash these and do a fetch upstream again.
Yeah,
Because
that
I
might make
think
sense.
these have gone by mistake actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I was in the wrong branch probably when I, committed
You,
these.
you probably started some development in the development branch,
Yes,
which
exactly.
really you should never do, of course. Just
Yep, yeah.
yeah, that's probably what happened. Okay. Yeah, okay. Well, if you need any help, let me know. But it sounds like you're in good shape there.
Yeah.
Um, format.
And regarding the UTC local time,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
actually, I got a chance to look into it and figure out a easy way to do it.
Hmm.
So I have done a small fix in job seeker edit form where it shows the time converted to local time, UTC to local time. I have edited only that form for now because that's the only form that shows time. All others are date or they actually show 21 days ago or relative what, relatively.
Which view is that then? Job seeker, which view? Job seeker.
When you try to edit the job seeker table, it shows your resume was last updated on.
Okay,
So
so it's a
basically
job seeker profile edit page, is that right?
yeah, right.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, when I look at your PR, I'll look at that.
Yeah,
That's the only place we actually do absolute time. I see. Relative time, you're right. Doesn't matter. But anyway, that's great. That functionality will be very well used as we go forward.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, great, good. Um, okay, and then no blockers, Sonia?
Nope, nothing.
Okay, great.
I just had a question.
Yeah.
I have never used HTML and I had some questions with HTML. Who would be the right person to talk to?
For HAML,
Yes.
HAML, well, I guess any one of us. I'm certainly not an expert in HAML, but I could try to help.
Yeah,
Okay,
Megha,
because
probably you can use the online converters. There are lots of
yeah, I
converters
did use
from.
the online converter,
Oh,
but
really?
I was used to use the link to in ERBs. I was using the erb.html,
Mm-hmm.
so I was used to adding some Ruby code in between the HTML files. Now
Yeah,
that
that's
I have to
pretty
have
much the
the A
same
tags.
actually. That's pretty much same actually in HAML.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you just look at a couple of HAML files, there's not much difference. It's almost the same.
Okay, so I had to have a remote render partial using HTML. So I wanted to have a link for each of the tabs. Each of the tabs would be a link to a render partial.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I was slightly getting stuck there. But of course, I haven't had much time to spend on it yet. But I thought if somebody knows the solution, I might save some time.
Well, if you want, after we're done with the stand-up, why don't we take a look at that?
Okay.
Okay, great. For myself, so we'll put that in what they call the parking lot, I guess. So for myself, I reviewed a bunch of pull requests that keep coming in, which is great. All high quality work. Um, we've been trying to debug our Heroku implementation. Our app is failing there on PetsDev, and we're not sure exactly why. The logs that we can look at on Heroku are very limited. They just show URLs. They don't really show much that they don't show what a Rails console shows you when you're running locally. So we're trying to implement another gem that will expose errors in a Heroku environment to us. So I'll probably work on that this morning right after this meeting. We're preparing for the client meeting. You guys probably saw the agenda. I'll be preparing later this afternoon when I get time to demo a lot of good stuff to the client tonight. And I did create one pull request, which is to remove the resume field from the job seekers table. It's a very trivial PR. I gave it a 1 point. Anyway, that's already been merged. And that's it. No blockers for myself. So I did want to go over just one little thing here in terms of process. Let me just share my screen, and then we can look at your situation, Megha. So
Yes.
let's see. I don't need that anymore because I did start the broadcast. So not to pick on anybody, but Sonia, when we close a pull, when we create a pull request, the title that we give it is very important. So I will show you, for instance, our documentation in our wiki says the naming convention to give a title to PR. It looks like this: Agile Ventures / MetPlus _ tracker, pound number, like exactly like that.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying there? And so what happens is that GitHub sees that this is in this repo Agile Ventures MetPlus tracker. By the way, this PR, of course, is going against the MetPlus pets repo, not the MetPlus tracker. But it sees this, and so it ties this particular PR to this particular issue number in MetPlus tracker if we put it the title exactly as shown here. So you see what I'm doing. What happened here is that this particular issue in the tracker is now tied to the PR because of this naming convention. So GitHub did that automatically for us. So you've got one here. You've got a PR against 292, which is great. But this particular title doesn't give GitHub the chance to tie this particular PR to this particular issue, this particular story. You see what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Sandhya? She muted? She's muted.
Yes, I got it.
She's got a very lively 6-year-old there. Okay, great. Thank you. Actually, you could probably go in and just change the title to your PR and address that right away. If not, don't worry about it. It's just a future thing. So
Okay.
that's all I wanted to point out there. Megan, do you want to share your screen and show us what you're thinking about in terms of this Hamel issue?
Yes, let me scale my. So yeah, here all these A tags are actually just links, and when I click the links, the partial should be rendered. This partial should be rendered.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oops.
So I'm not able to figure out how to actually insert that partial in a link tag. So href would actually just take a, you know, a link, but here it's actually a partial.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So what is happening when you're trying to do that?
So when I just do that, I get this error, I get an error. So yeah, it says this syntax error.
Okay, can we go back and look at that code again?
Yes. So I'm sure there's just some syntax issue where I need to know how to actually have a link to partials in the A tag. I know that if it is an ERB, I can just give a link to and the partial.
Right. So we must have examples of this somewhere. So and the other ones work? Is that correct?
No. These were just dummy ones that I just was trying to see how the tabs would look. So this is just for a div here. So this works fine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. So do we have where might we have example code for something like that?
We kind of need to make sure we have an Ajax request when we click on each tab.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is.
So in your code, were you using the anchor tag?
Hmm?
I'm wondering if you just want to use a link to helper.
Which helper?
The link to will create an anchor tag for you. And what you would do, of course, is you would put equals link to, and then the parameters to link to. The equal says take the return value of that and render it, or execute that Ruby code, and the results of the Ruby code show in the view, something like that. You'll have to look at link to, but
Yeah, I'll check with link to if it works.
yeah. Okay, let's see. we're not using anchor tag extensively, so I don't have many examples for that. We're not using anchor tag extensively,
Okay. Yeah.
so I don't have a lot of examples
So
for
I can actually
that.
just have divs here, and each div would have the render partial. But somehow that does not, that would have loaded all the tasks, and that would not be sending Ajax request when I click on the tab. That would just have the preloaded div, preloaded partials, and just show it to me when I click on the div. I kind of want to have Ajax request when I click on each div.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. And also within each tab, you want to do pagination, right? Ajax-driven
Yes.
pagination.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But anyway, the task structure that renders is doing the pagination there. So I don't have to worry about the pagination here.
That's true. You're right. You're right. And you're just giving it the task type. I see what you're doing. Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, in lieu of this, how does your prior version of this work? What are
The
you
current
doing?
version is something like this here.
Okay, render, partial. Exactly. Okay. Why can't you just use equals render partial there? You don't actually need an anchor tag, do you? Because the user's not actually clicking on. They're clicking on the
So
tab.
each of the tabs would actually ideally be an anchor tag
Each of the
or
tags,
something
but
that you click on for each tabs.
so something I'm not familiar with the jQuery tabs, but there must be some callback available when you click on a tag that's available to you to force some action to occur, and that action has to be to render partial task structure task type. So I don't know how you hook that up to tab switching in jQuery, but there must be something that gives you a hook there.
Yes. So if I do not have a link, so instead of the tab, I'm seeing all this here.
Yeah. So when you do have tabs, jQuery allows you to, when you switch tab, to do something to load the tab contents, right?
Yes.
What's the mechanism it gives you for that?
So this is the example jQuery.
Ah.
So here what they have given is in HTML. So when I click on tab 1, or tab 3, so it goes, does a Ajax request and gets this content.
I see.
So I have a Ajax request going on, which is a href, and when I click on this. So I need a similar thing, but in HTML.
Okay. Can you go back to your code again? It's probably a little bit beyond my experience with Haml, but see what that code looks like again. Did your PHP links work there? Your example links? Your PHP examples there, did those work? Or I'm surprised you. Or those just placeholders?
So these links don't actually work on my system because just the Ajax I get a route error.
Yes, I see. Right.
But yeah, if I just remove this, I get basic tabs. Of course, I'll need to style this better and make them horizontal and all that, but I have the tabs. Okay. But I'll have to, when I click on them, I of course get the error now.
Of course, yeah. No, we're
but
not mentioning PHP. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to somehow link the partial to this.
So the tab mechanism expects to see, excuse me, an anchor And when it sees an anchor and the tab is clicked, it executes. It
Yes.
actually acts as if a user has clicked an anchor tag. That's what
Yes.
it's doing?
Yes.
Okay. Um, and the result of clicking that anchor is returned, and that's what's put into the tab content. So,
Yes.
can you show me your page one more time? Your code, I mean?
This one?
No, the Ruby code.
This one?
Yeah.
I have not removed any of this part,
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I got
this
it.
one, so
Yep.
I can still see the all these, but all these will eventually have to go into one of the tabs.
Okay, so you've got list element and then percent %A, and it's complaining. Is it complaining now when you try to execute the page? You don't get any complaint in the current form, right?
No, I don't get
Okay.
any errors. It's just
No.
that when I click on the link, I get a route error.
All right. Well, I'm not familiar enough with this to help you right now,
Yes.
unfortunately. But
Even I think I'll do some background work,
yeah.
and yeah.
So when you click on the link on a tab, what it does, it doesn't actually execute that anchor. It just shows the user that anchor. Is that what's happening?
If I have a link to here, that's what is happening.
If you have a link to there, it shows you. Can you?
It shows me the entire tasks and not a link at all.
So it actually executes
Yes.
that partial. It brings up that partial, but it's not executing the AJAX round trip that you want. Oh, okay. Well, I'll tell you what, I think you're just gonna have to poke around it a little bit more. Maybe if I get a chance later today, I'll take a look as well.
Hmm?
I've never played with tabs, so
No, I think
be
even
good to know.
I have not really played around much. I just encountered this error, and before I could sit and play around with it, we had the meeting, so I just botched up.
Yeah. So it seems to me that you've got tabs, and the tabs now, when you click from tab to tab, and I know that's not what we're seeing, but when you do format it as tab, it's just showing you the content that's preloaded in the tab. That's what it's seeing. And the content happens to be a link. And I get that. Um,
Yes.
what we want to do is, there must be something in jQuery that says when I go from tab 1 to tab 2, when I click on tab 2, there is a callback that I can use to say when that happens, call this function, which will execute something to get updated content to display in tab 2. There's got to be some trigger there
Yes.
that allows you to do that,
Yeah, this I have.
as opposed to
So,
just show predefined static content as you go from tab to tab.
so yeah, this is what is the Ajax request. So here I have the jQuery also. They've given us the jQuery which will be doing it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And when I click on the tab 1, tab 2, or tab 3, it is actually the content is loaded via Ajax. We
It is,
just
okay.
need to somehow, figure out how we can implement this in our scenario.
And in particular within handle.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Hmm.
Uh, Sorry.
I don't know why it's complaining about the format though.
Yeah.
You know what, Megan? What you can do is, if you want to, is if update your as you go along and as you continue to push it forward, update your
Mm-hmm.
repo on GitHub, and then just post the name of your feature branch
Hmm.
somewhere, maybe on the MetPlus channel or direct to me. And if I get a chance, what I'll do is I'll pull that down on my side and play
Okay.
with it as well. Maybe we can go back and forth, kicking it around.
Yes.
Yeah, this is something I'm gonna have to look at. I just don't have experience with that right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's not obvious to me what's going on there. But this is good. I'm glad that we're learning jQuery tabs. This is going to be exciting to get that working too.
Yeah, that's true.
Does Bootstrap have a tab structure that we
Yes,
might want to?
Bootstrap does have tab structures,
Are
nav
you
tabs, and
okay? And you're using jQuery Direct, or are you using the Bootstrap version of
I'm
tabs?
using directly jQuery.
Okay. Do you think Bootstrap tabs would be easier to use or better since we're using
But
Bootstrap?
since
Or
we have to do the Ajax request for each of the tabs when we click on the tab, I thought jQuery might make more sense.
gotcha. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm just wondering if Bootstrap is pretty good about giving you hooks, callback hooks for various
Yeah,
controls like that. But
I'll
I'm,
just
I'm
check that one also
yeah,
once.
it might be a faster way to get there. But
Yes.
oh well. Okay. Well, sorry I can't help you right now, but
No problem.
I'll take a look. All right. Um, does anybody else have anything?
No, nothing on my side.
Okay, great. All right. So I will post something tonight, hopefully, if not tonight, tomorrow morning, regarding the outcome of the client meeting, and we're going to be showing a lot of good stuff. Actually, a lot of stuff has been produced in the past 2 weeks, which is exciting. I'll just let you guys know how it goes, and
Yes.
we'll connect up. So, Mega, we had thought that, again, this is longer than we thought it would be, these meetings. We're trying to get them short. If it's just a stand-up,
Mhm.
it's 10 or 15 minutes. But if we go into
Yeah,
detail
I,
on
I
some
just
stuff,
wanted to inform Patrick. I
yeah.
just have a knee injury and I've been undergoing physiotherapy for a week now. And
Ah,
all my physiotherapy sessions are colliding with these meetings. They are also scheduled from 4 to 5. Today is a local holiday here in my town for a festival. So the
uh-huh.
physiotherapy was closed and I could attend the meeting. Otherwise, for the next 1 week, I may not be able to attend the meetings.
Is that every day you're getting physical therapy?
Yes.
Oh, it is. Okay, great. Well, no problem.
But I think in 1 week I should be done. So I'll make sure I'll give you the updates on Slack.
Okay. Yeah, that'll work. So, what we're trying to do right now, Mega, is meet Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for
Okay.
hopefully a short meeting, a stand-up. And again, if there's anything to discuss in detail, other people can drop off. And we thought maybe eventually maybe we get to 2 days a week, or if we like 3 days a week, we just stick with that. But
Okay.
I like 3 days a week because there's a lot happening, so I think more frequent touch points make sense, even if it's just a
Yes.
5-minute meeting. Eventually, we'll get to a 5-minute meeting, but we always get into these discussions, which are always interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so we will not expect you next week then, but we'll look for your updates on the channel, and
Yes.
good luck with the physical therapy.
Thank you.
Hopefully, you come back 100%.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Yeah, yeah. Are you a runner?
Uh, I play Ultimate Frisbee.
Oh, you
I'm not
do?
sure if you
Okay.
know.
Yeah, my son played ultimate frisbee in high
Yeah,
school.
a lot of people in India don't know about the game. So,
Actually, I didn't know about it until he played it in high school. It's a great game. It's fun to watch too, but it's really a great game.
yeah.
Um, Opened my eyes to it. Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun and good exercise.
Yeah.
As long as your knees are up, can hold up.
Yeah, unfortunately. I just
Yeah,
fell from my vehicle when I was riding, and that triggered an ankle injury, and that just kept on triggering other injuries. So I think I'll
cascade
give
from
it a
there.
rest, two
Yeah,
weeks rest, and things should be fine.
the ankle bone is connected to the knee bone, and yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh, oh yeah, it's all a chain. All right, well, good luck with that, and we will, if not see you next week, we'll see you the following week.
Yes. Thanks, Patrick.
All right, take care. Sandhya, you okay with everything?
Bye, Sandhya.
Yes.
Okay, great. All right, have a good
Thank
evening.
you.
Have a good weekend. Bye for now. Yep.